Well, hello, everyone from the porch. I am Red Dirt Preacher, also known as Lainey. I lost my voice. I can't find it. I looked in the sink. I looked in the pantry for 3 hours. I looked everywhere for my voice, and I just couldn't find it. So if any of y'all have seen my voice, please call a girl, let her know. I would love to sing like Mermaid again. Ariel. Anyway, so deal with me tonight as I come to you in a low baritone. So it's kind of embarrassing to be feminine and have such a low voice right now, but we're getting low. Turn your bass volumes down. Anyway, so I'm sipping some tea, making that better. Right now, I'm having Dr. Pepper from like this lovely champagne like glass, because that's how I roll. Come on. So I was sitting here with Spirit, wondering why we're showing up at the porch at this hour. And as I sat here to comb over with him in spirit what we're going to be talking about, he really had me hone in on this. So if you're just tuning in, I'm losing my voice, so we're going low tonight. Get in here real close so I don't have to yell. The message that Jesus had, the message that Spirit had, call it what you want. The message he had is paramount. It's only going to take 2 minutes. Give me 2 minutes. It could save your life. Give me 2 minutes. The message I'm going to give you tonight is a message that you can take into yourself, and you can turn around and teach it, preach it to your children. The devil works by being in your head, in your brain, and in your mind. And I know that Christ, the light of Christ, the consciousness of Christ is the pineal gland, so right in the middle of your brain. But the devil gets in your brain too. Because you know when you're trying to sleep and there's the other side of your brain that's like slandering you and nailing you to a cross, and the other part of your brain's really damn mean to you, meaner to you than anyone's ever been. That's the devil. That's why Red Dirt Preacher signs off every video I say, stay kind and stay the hell out of your own mind. Stay out of your mind. The chest. So let's get to the message. People piss us off, and then we do something and we regret it. That's as simple as the message is. And we're gonna finger in, there's like 5 fingers to this, so we're gonna get into this. People piss us off and we lose our cool. Even as adults, we do that. Even as children, we do that. Let me get in here close. Francis Scott Key, we all remember, penned our Star Spangled Banner. So he had a son. And this is a little known fact, okay? Francis Scott Key Jr. I think he had a different name, but right here on the porch, we're going to call it Francis Scott Key Jr. Did you know that he was involved with all the politics in Washington at that time? And he was actually to Luluin, boom, 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 with a congressman's wife, okay? And everybody knew but that one congressman. And when he found out, he forced his wife to sign, yep, I did it, I messed up. And then he published it in the paper. And then the next day, he ran across, like, I don't know what layman here, okay? Layman Laney. Okay, he ran across the grassy knoll there in front of Washington at the time and shot dead Francis Scott Key Jr. in broad daylight 3 times. Boom, boom, boom. And that, ladies and gentlemen, was the first time and the first instance that we ever had a crime of passion. And that's what tonight's message is going to be about, okay? People can rise our passionate levels to the point where we do something completely stupid, like hurt someone or hurt ourselves, and we end up spending time in jail for that and getting arrested. Arrested is a message that I as a receiver have actually been getting in my off time. It's been coming down the river water. I just didn't know who it belonged to. It belongs in this message. I think I need to forewarn those that are in hostile up and down situations, or they're in situations right now where their life is kind of falling apart, and there's passions involved. I think that's the key word here. Passions involved. I say check it before you wreck it. This is Prophet speaking, PSA announcement for all of you. Please watch your butts at that minute. And what you can do is when someone presses you, you don't see it coming usually. It just happens out of nowhere, and you're in a passionate moment. And in those passionate moments, we can feel, if we're being betrayed, we can feel rage, we can feel anger, and it's passionate, therefore unbridled. That's what that means. So even though we barely have control at that moment, that's when the devil likes to get in, because you're kind of down from the systems, and the devil will get in. And for like the Brian and Gabby Petito case that we all just saw, there's an instance of that. I wasn't there, but this is a situation where there was probably a nanosecond of time where passion caused the death of Gabby Petito. And this has happened many, many times to lots of people. And you can end up being a victim of that too. It's not like these people signed up one day and went, yep, I'm going to cause somebody else's mayhem and madness. I'm going to cause murders. I'm going to cause this. We didn't sign up for that. We didn't know it was coming. And in that nanosecond of time, you do something horrible. And really, it's like the devil made me do it. The devil's in your head and you're working from that space. So if you hurt someone in a passionate, heated moment, unbridled, and you're not checking yourself, and you have 2 seconds usually to decide if you're going to throw the phone across the room or not. You know what I'm saying? So in those 2 seconds, guard yourselves well, because in those 2 seconds is where the devil gets involved, and we might throw something in it and then it hurts someone else. You're going to have to take responsibility of that as an adult, and it looks like you're getting arrested. So I just say guard yourselves at those moments, because when the devil comes in and gets you to play, when all the dust is settled, the devil runs back to hell where he came from, and you're standing there holding the smoking gun of passion, unbridled. And damn for the people that happens to. So healing past life, healing karmas, we just run the loop over and over again until we medicate it, until we get it gone. So if you have this shit in your past life, it'd be good to know, there was a time in my past life. How did I learn about Francis Scott Key Jr. being the first crime of passion? I actually was in Tennessee with my family, and it wasn't on the docket. It wasn't on the itinerary, but we ended up going to an Alcatraz museum right there at the end. And I got ooey gooey goosebumps because I have a past life serving time in Alcatraz because of a betrayal of a friend. And so I was chasing that bunny down the little rabbit hole. So I thought it was really serendipitous that I ended up in an Alcatraz type environment on vacation. And it really came in divine timing, because I was just receiving this kind of past life information, just a few months prior to a trip I was going to take. So you can see how they combine. It's the language that teaches us. It's resonant energy that is a language, and we listen to it. And it's pretty damn neat. So I picked up that message, and I want to bring it here. Please be careful. And also, if you turn around and preach it to your children, I got kids that get angry and they fight. And if I'm not in there, it might turn into a dog fight. I mean, it's crazy. Kids don't have that bridle. And, when I'm raising my kids right now, I teach this same lesson of watch your ass. Because in those you got 2 seconds to decide if you're going to punch your brother back. And, I think I had both my sons were sitting really close to each other, and they were angry, and he was like, give it. Well, one threw it, and, he's point blank throwing a soft toy, but it's point blank. So, you got 2 seconds to decide, because you're going to have to shoulder up to that. The devil's going to run back to hell, and you're going to be standing there, and it's your shoulders that action is going to be bared upon. And we can lose our lives to actions like that. And even children nowadays, 11, 14-year-olds are making these decisions and ruining their own young lives, because I think we need to step in and at least say, hey, be aware that you have 2 nanoseconds to decide how you're going to respond. And don't respond with the devil in play, because he'll just send your laugh away. Dun, 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 dun. Somebody get a guitar. It's great. But if, resonant frequency, I know it's a weird message, but it's important to spirit, so it's important to me, and out it goes. So watch your butts, guard your moods, breathe, keep yourself in check. And if these moments come up, win the battle. All right. So as I say, stay kind, stay out of your mind. It was good to see everybody.